Welcome to Flicksummary, your ultimate destination for thrilling movie recaps, hidden details, and cinematic stories explained in minutes. On a tiny island within a flooded valley that's populated by animal-plant hybrids lives a group of creatures called puku. An inventive young puku named Ollie is curious about the other creatures living in the valley, despite the warnings of his parents and his grandmother, who tells Ollie a story about how all the creatures of the valley used to live in harmony due to tree-like creatures called Zo, who gave the creatures magical pods that enabled them to change forms and understand each other better. A tree wolf, who terrorized the valley and resented the peace that Zo brought, stole a pod and gave itself the gift of fire, becoming the fire wolf. It killed Fort Zo and caused a forest fire that resulted in a rock slide, creating a large dam that blocked the river, flooding the valley and preventing the surviving Zo from returning. The different species have not interacted with one another since. During a celebration of a bountiful harvest, Ollie meets a Javan chick and shows her how to get food on the island. However, the other Javans storm Puku Island and take over the food sources. Years later, the Puku are certain that they will starve as their emergency food storage runs low, and Ollie struggles to make amends. He ends up attempting to fix his mistake by using reflective glass shards to make the Javans leave the harvest grounds. However, one Javan attacks him, and he falls into a hole. Noticing one of the magical pods, Ollie inadvertently lands on it whilst trying to escape the hole and is transformed into a Javan. He is chased off the island by his pack and falls into the river. Ollie is soon rescued by the Javan who attacked him earlier, named Ivy, alongside her sisters Violet and Lily. Ollie soon meets an amiable, but absent-minded fish named Boogle who informs him of a pod on a nearby dead Zo. He tries to get to it, but Ivy interferes and is turned into a puku. Boogle then tells them of another pod by the Great Waterfall. As the duo journey there, they encounter various creatures of the valley and learn of each species' strengths. During the journey, Ollie learns from Ivy that she only brought her flock to the island because the food sources at her own home, Javan Rock, were running low, and several members of her flock had already died of starvation, including her parents. They make it to the pod, promising Boogle to bring it to him to change into a different creature, due to him being the only one of his kind. However, when they reach the pod, Ollie hesitates about trusting Ivy, and the two are ambushed by a pack of tree wolves, leading them to slip and fall onto the pod, both transforming into Boogle fish. Boogle says he knows where to find more pods, and Ollie and Ivy decide to put their differences aside. At a waterfall, Ollie and Ivy find the pods and transform back to their original forms. When they allow Boogle to use the pods, he reveals that he is the firewolf, who divided the valley years ago due to his own pain of being rejected by his pack and was transformed by the Zo into a fish to stop him. The firewolf destroys the remaining pods and brutally attacks Ivy, leaving her unconscious. Ollie manages to scale Javan Rock with Ivy in tow, saving her life. A recovered Ivy and the other creatures all take refuge on Puku Island as the firewolf attacks the valley. Ollie convinces his father, Kalu, to trust the other creatures despite their differences. As the firewolf approaches the island, a desperate Ollie goes to the hole he fell into earlier, which contains a dead Zo. The Zo's spirit sends Ollie a pod, which he uses to turn into a Zo himself. He battles the firewolf, and soon, their fight causes the dam to be destroyed, washing them both away. As Ollie's friends and family mourn him, the Zo who left the valley years ago come back and reveal that Ollie is alive and has been returned to Puku form by them. With the firewolf gone, the valley becomes peaceful once more as both the Pukus and Javans now reconnect and work with each other.